Hello guys, I'm Guru Prasad. Today I'm going to explain about some of the most important topics which is related to mathematics or for CSE. That is one of the concept that is normal distribution. Let's begin the video. Introduction to normal distribution. The normal distribution is the fundamental concept which is present in the engineering mathematics. It is the continuous probability distribution that describes a symmetrical bell-shaped curve. This is the bell-shaped curve, which is the representation of the normal distribution, which is having the probability density over the z-score. Next, the curve is characterized by its mean and the standard deviation. Next, what are all the properties of the normal distribution? The first property which is present in a normal distribution is the normal distribution is the symmetric about its mean, which is the symmetric about its mean, and the mean, medium, and the mode all are equal in the normal distribution. Next, the area under the curve represents the probability of an event occurring. The area which is present in the probability which is represent the curve which is represent the probability of an event occurring, which is occurring of an event, it will represent by the curve. This is the how the representation is done of the number of standard deviation from the mean. The top is the equal hills. Next, this is not that is 99.7%. Next, 95.5%, then 68.3%. This is how the number of standard deviation from the mean is represented with the help of normal distribution. Next, standard normal distribution. Standard normal distribution is the special case of the normal distribution. It has the mean of 0 and the standard deviation of the 1. The mean which is represented by the mu and the standard deviation which is represented by the sigma. The z-scores are the used to convert the values from the normal distribution to the standard normal distribution, that is called as z-score. The normal distribution, standard normal distribution is probability density versus the z-score. Next, the z-score calculation can be done with the help of the formula. The z-score is calculated using the formula z is equal to x minus mu by sigma. X is the X is the content, then or the data which is given. Next, minus mu is the mean, sigma is the standard deviation. Here, X represents the data or the value which is given. Next, mu is the mean and sigma is the standard deviation. The Z scores helps in the standardizing the values for the comparison. Z score is the very much important which is in the normal distribution. Next, in the normal distribution, we have some rule called as empirical rule. The empirical rule states that normal distribution, approximately 68% of the data falls with the approximately 68% of the data falls within one standard deviation of the mean. And next, the approximately 95% of the data falls within the two standard deviation. Next, approximately 99.7% falls within the three standard deviation. That is the empirical rule. Next, this is the representation of the normal distribution, how the empirical values are represented. That is 68%, 95%, 99.7%, 68% with respect to the one standard deviation of the mean, 95% which is having a two standard deviation, the 99.7% which is falls within the help of three standard deviations. That is 3 sigma. Next, the applications of normal distribution in the engineering are the normal distribution is widely used in the engineering for statistical analysis, and it helps in the modeling random variables such as measurements, errors, all those things. The normal distribution representation in the engineering mathematics is very much important because the normal distribution is widely used. The normal distribution is widely used in the statistical analysis, and it is also used in the it helps for the modeling random variables such as the measurements and the errors, and it aids in making the predictions and determining the confidence intervals. This is how the normal distribution is used in a normal distribution can be used the different fields. Next, central limit theorem. Central limit theorem states that the distribution of the sample means approaches a normal distribution as the sample size increases. If the sample size is increases, the sample means approaches a normal distribution. This theorem is crucial in the engineering, especially when dealing with the large sample sizes. It allows us to make inferences about a population based on the sample. In the normal distribution, the sample will plays a major role. This is which is representation. This is one of the theorem which is present in a normal distribution, that is central limit theorem. Next, move on to the main important topic, that is hypothesis testing, which is present in a normal distribution. In the normal distribution, which is the Z calculation, is the one of the most important topic. It it is in the negative axis, then it is minus Z. If it is positive axis, it is plus Z. The normal distribution is used extensively in the hypothesis testing. It helps in the determining the significance of the results. Then the engineers often use hypothesis testing to make the decisions based on the statistical evidence. That is, hypothesis testing is accessible from these kind of the aspects. The normal distribution is used extensively in the hypothesis testing. The main intention of the normal distribution is used to be in the hypothesis. That should be null hypothesis or other hypothesis. Next, the quality control. Quality control, which is present in the normal distributions, are the normal distribution plays a vital role or the major role in the quality control processes. It helps in the setting control limits for the measurements and ensuring the product quality. Next, the engineers use statistical process control to monitor and improve the manufacturing processes. This is how the quality control will be work in the normal distribution. These are all the 5 ways to improve the quality control. The first one is build proper processes. Next, keep a clean workspace. Next, third one is hold unscheduled equipment use test. Fourth one is identify the essential spare parts. Fifth one is ensure the managers are properly trained. This is how the normal distribution can be distributed in the different correct proper way. This is the quality controls work. Next, design of experiments. The normal distribution is essential in the design of experiments. It helps in analyzing and interpreting experimental data. The engineers use the statistical method to optimize the processes and improve the product performance. The main principle which is of the experiment design is the basic principles of the statistical design of the experiments are: the first one is control the effects of the lurking variables on the response, the most simply by the comparing the two or more treatments. Next, we have to randomize the variables or the data. Use the impersonal chance to assign the experimental units to the treatments. Next, replicate the same or the each treatment on the many units to reduce the chance of variation in results. And observed effect so large that would be rarely occur by chance is called statistically significant. That is called statistically significant in a normal distribution. This is how the design experimental or the experimental design principles work. Next, the more to the confidence intervals. Confidence intervals in a normal distribution is used to calculate the confidence intervals. Confidence intervals provides a Confidence intervals provides a range of values within the which a population parameter is likely to fall. Each engineers use to confidence intervals to estimate the unknown population parameters, that is confidence intervals. The next move on to the different types of the confidence intervals, that is regression analysis. The normal regression analysis is also one of the most important topic in the normal distribution. The normal distribution is often assumed in a regression analysis. It helps in determining the relationship between the variables. Next, the engineers are used to regression analyze to predict the outcomes and optimize the system performances. This is the main intention of the regression analysis. The regression analysis problem is given below. The training data is set of input and output, which is having the pairs of x tends to n and t tends to n. Xn is the nth training input. Tn is the target output, that is last one of the n. X target output of the xn. Next, the goal, learn the function of y of x that predict the target value of t for the new input x. So far, this is the standard definition of the generic supervised learning problem. Next, the limitations of the normal distribution. What are the limitations which is present in the normal distribution? The normal distribution assumes that the data follows the bell-shaped curve. This is one of the most important limitation. Next, it may not accurately represent the data that divides significantly from the normal distribution. Next, engineers should be aware of the limitations and consider the alternative distribution if it is necessary. The normal distribution shows the data in a very randomly from the mean. Next, the Normal curve is the pattern of the data from the bell-shaped curve. 60% of the data fall within the one standard deviation of the mean, and 95% of the data fall within the two standard deviation of the mean. That is also called as one-tail test and the two-tail test. Next, skewness and the kurtosis, which is present in normal distribution. Skewness measures the asymmetric of the distribution, that is positive skew, that is having the mean, mode, medium. Next, kurtosis measure the tail heaviness of the distribution, which is having the symmetrical distribution and a symmetrical distribution. Next, the third one is the normal distribution have the skewness of the 0 and the kurtosis of 3, that is mean, mode, median, which is having a positive skew, symmetrical distribution, and the last one is negative skew. The data transformation in the normal distributions are in engineering, the data transformation is often used to achieve normality. Techniques such as logarithmic or power transformation can be applied. Data transformation helps in meeting the assumption of the normality for a certain statistical analysis. This is how the data transformation process can be done in the normal distribution. First, we have extract and load. Next, data exploration, data transformation, data testing, data documentation. Next, after that, final step is we have to schedule or automate, and or we have to assume that how much the percentage significance level can be occurred. This is the outliers on the normal distribution. Outliers can be significantly impact the normality assumptions. It is important to identify and handle the outliers appropriately. The robust statistical methods can be used to mitigate the effects of outliers, which is having the mean, median, mode, and the final one is the outliers. Next, software tools which is used for the normal distributions are examples which is having the MATLAB, Python, and the statistical software packages like Minitab and the JMP, which is used for the software tools in the normal distribution to perform the normal distributions. These tools provide the functions for calculations, visualization, and statistical analysis. And 12 data analysis tools and software which is used for the normal distributions are first one is statistical analysis tool. The next one is general purpose of programming languages. The third one is SQL consoles. The fourth one is spreadsheet applications. Then the fifth one is data modeling tools. Data modeling tools is very much important in a normal distribution. Next one is industry specific analytic tools. Next, unified data analytic engines. Next, predictive analytic tools. Next one is data science platform. Next, ETL tools, data visualization platforms and the tools, business intelligence tools. These are all the different types of the tools and software which is used for the to perform the normal distribution. And some of the resources and the references for the normal distributions are the Engineer Statistical Handbook by NIST provides the comprehensive information on the statistical concept which is engineering, which is based on a normal, which is having the normal distribution. Next, probability and statistics for engineering and the sciences by the J. Lord Devory is the recommended textbook for the engineering statistics, which is having the normal distribution and a representation on the bell curve. The online resources such as educational websites and forms can be available in the valuable sources of the information. The final conclusion about the normal distributions are the normal distribution is a fundamental concept in the engineering mathematics. It is widely used in the statistical analysis, hypothesis testing, and quality control and design of the experiments. The understanding and applying the normal distribution can be enhance the decision making and improve the engineering processes. This is all about the normal distribution. The Z score finding or the Z score calculation is very much important in the normal distribution. Now in the normal distribution is the if it is positive value, then the formula will be 0.5 pi of it will the minus negative sign could be used. If it is negative minus z, the positive sign could be used. 0.5 then a pi of the value of the value which is given, that is equal to the z value. This is all about the normal distribution in the engineering mathematics of the CA system. So please like, share, subscribe the video. So please utilize this one. I hope you guys enjoy this video. So thank you all.